speak to one Conservative MP, Scott Benton. He is the MP for Blackpool South and joins us now. Scott, thank you very much indeed for joining us. How are you going to vote this afternoon?
I'll be voting against both the so-called COVID passports and Plan B. My big concern is during the summer the Prime Minister said people need to learn to take individual responsibility for their own actions with regards to protecting their own health, and as a society we needed to move beyond restrictions to a system where frankly people can live their lives how they want to and the state doesn't take control of every single decision people make. The Prime Minister was right then and he's right now. The measures being brought forward aren't based on any scientific or medical evidence. On that basis, I'll be voting against them.
Well, one of the reasons they said they might bring in Plan B is if there was a variant of concern. There clearly is a variant of concern. We all know it is a hell of a lot more transmissible. Even anecdotally, people watching this programme will have known that people have tested positive in the last kind of couple of days, a week or so. Surely it's right the government are cautious.
Well, the government are cautious and I can appreciate that, but let's see the evidence in the cold light of day. Let's look at that medical and scientific evidence as to whether or not the measures the government are taking are proportionate and appropriate. I don't think they are. It's too early to tell, and what I don't want to see is a system where we keep moving back to restrictions every time we have a new variant. That is simply unsustainable for society and the economy.
But the argument you put forward is, which is potentially fine from a point of view of saying, well, we have to wait for what the science says. But by that stage, and this is what the government would argue, it's too late. That stage, hospitalisations could mean the NHS is on the verge of collapse.
I appreciate that. We're going to be living alongside COVID for a long time. We have to find a way where society can function, the economy can stay open, and yet the NHS can cope every time we see a surge in cases. We can't keep going back and reverting to a position where we just lift for more restrictions every time there's a new variant or there's pressure on the NHS. That is not sustainable, and for me this is a line in the sand, and that's why I'll be voting against the measures today.